What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. I'm Scotty for Prez, and I'm gonna do it. After playing the beta and pushing off responsibilities to watch and study the ins and outs of this year's Call of Duty, I'm gonna make 9 bold predictions in regards to Modern Warfare 2.5 or Modern Warfare Roman numeral 3 or Modern Warfare 3 2.0, whatever you want to call it. And yes, I know, why not just round it up to 10 and make it an even number? But I didn't have 10, I had 9, so that's what we're rocking with. Some of these may be hot takes and other ones may be obvious, but if you end up enjoying, hit the subscribe button for future content and the like button to help out the channel. For the first prediction, we gotta talk about the time to kill increase. Specifically though, we have to talk about how the increase is going to further showcase just how trash the netcode or the servers really are.
You're a fucking disappointment.
This is something Activision, SHG, Raven, somebody will have to address. I know, players complained all last life cycle, and for good reason, but with longer gunfights and more required rounds downrange, it's going to be more and more evident just how substandard they really are for a AAA studio. Zombies is going to be very successful. Call of Duty Zombies has every advantage when gaining its own following, regardless of which game it's in. While this year's Zombie will be a first in Modern Warfare and unique in its opposition of round-based flow, I think it will be very well received. When making this prediction, we gotta look at the facts. Treyarch is behind its development, which, if you're a betting man, is a safe horse to put your cheese on. DMZ will not be returning to Modern Warfare 3, so it's not hard to see the open world take on zombies fill that void for DMZers. And I've never heard that before, DMZers, but I thought about it when laying out this video, so I'm coining it. They'll still get the huge map to play on, large areas to freely travel, and all the while they'll be able to fight zombies. I haven't been overly invested in zombies for quite a while now, but it's always fun to jump into and take a break from the regular multiplayer grind. I think this mode is going to do very, very well. Many casuals will be turned off by this game.
I'm not happy. I hate it here.
Skill-based matchmaking will still be in Modern Warfare 3, so when we take that into account, plus the skill gap that'll be caused by the movement and health increase, this isn't going to be the most enjoyable game for casuals or 35-year-old dads who just want to play search and destroy while drinking a few IPAs. It's just not going to be that type of game. The multiplayer is going to be very competitive and fast-paced and seen as unbearingly sweaty. I really like playing ranked Call of Duty, so the sweat aspect doesn't really bother me, but for people who just want to play relaxed games and chill, they no longer will be able to just turn on DMZ, and honestly, Zombie's only going to keep them entertained for so long. Now, on the other side of the coin, since it won't be the most enjoyable game for casuals, I think it's safe to predict that for competitive Call of Duty, it's going to be a great year. When I say competitive, I'm talking about multiplayer ranked, Warzone ranked, and of course the esports. For Warzone, we're getting a ton of desired changes to hopefully, and I'm clenching my toes and crossing my fingers, make the game better. We got a new map where we won't be running for half the match, adjustments to in-game mechanics like the gas mask, and I think the tournaments are just going to be a lot more fun to watch and compete in. This next prediction is one I'm really hoping turns out to be true, and it's that this Call of Duty and this Modern Warfare trilogy will now take us into the next era of Call of Duty. Let me explain what I mean. So we got 2 years of Modern Warfare. Some people are happy about that, some aren't. But we know we're getting a Treyarch game next year, which will be the first one Treyarch has made on this new engine. And please let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that. Now, it's been rumored that we should expect not only 2024 Call of Duty to be made by Treyarch, but also 2025. This is huge because I've never been a big fan of switching back and forth time frames every other year, going from modern weapons to older weapons to an Infinity Ward feeling game to a Treyarch feeling game. It just always felt like too much of a change after only 1 year, and for me it ruined Warzone when those old weapons were integrated in. I think 2 years of essentially the same Call of Duty will be a big plus for the community, and this actually leads to my next prediction that carry forward will not be a thing going into Call of Duty 2024. I know this is far out to even be talking about. I mean, Modern Warfare 3 isn't even out yet, but I think it's safe to assume that they won't allow bundles and operators to carry over to the next game in 2024. Seeing how it is going to be set in a different time frame by different developers, coupled with the fact that Activision wants their money, they'll want to continue to sell bundles, and their sales will drop the longer they allow us to hold on to those prior purchases. With that being said though, I can see carry forward coming back going into 2025, but I think it's going to stay aligned with that 2-year cycle that I've been mentioning. This one is a prediction that may not be very popular, but I think that this game is going to expose how bad the 09 MW2 maps really played and really are.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
I think these maps are iconic, and I had a lot of fun when I first played them back in the day, but fundamentally these weren't the best maps. They never played very fast or even well, and were extremely unbalanced. I do think the maps are going to play better here in Modern Warfare 3, but only because the game will be much more balanced in terms of weapons and kill streaks. Even with the spawns being as trash as they are now, I think once people take off those nostalgia goggles, they'll see that these beloved maps just weren't as good as they think. Now, this next prediction, I gotta be honest, I'm a little iffy on. And that is that this game will have the best weapon selection in Call of Duty ever. This is an easy conclusion to come to because we'll essentially have 2 games worth of weapons at our disposal. I think this will heavily depend on how they handle tuning those MW2 weapons. If they can get them adjusted pretty decently to the 150 health, then we're going to have a huge arsenal to choose from, probably too many. Really though, it's all dependent on how viable the MW2 weapons become, or if we're just left with 60 weapons of which only 15 are worth our time. Now before we get to this final prediction, I want to thank you guys for watching this far into the video. Thank you for your time, and humbly ask that you hit that like button to support the video. But my final prediction is that you are going to hate the snipers in this game, and maybe even the shotguns. When developers increase the health in game, obviously weapons are going to take longer to kill. Automatic weapons to an extent should be easy to nerf and buff in order to feel balanced, but see, this is where it's going to get tricky. One-shot weapons are going to be tough to balance because with every other weapon taking longer to kill, how do you balance a weapon that should only take 1 round? One of the snipers we got in the beta is literally an AK. Like, no joke, it's an AK with a 25 round mag, and that thing already slaps. You throw a red dot on there and you're golden. I just have a feeling that all life cycle snipers are going to be absolutely hated in this game, but I guess that means they're going to be loved by others. So there they are, 9 extremely premature and very biased predictions. Let me know your thoughts on them below, and be well. Deuces.